You are listening to a short story on GabrielleMarieKelly.com entitled Murder, She Rote, written by Gabrielle Marie Kelly, narrated by the Gift of Gab Productions. The kettle whistled at 212 degrees Fahrenheit as Veronica measured a teaspoon of loose-leaf tea into her gaiwan. The aroma of the dried tea leaves transported her back to the charming tea shop she had stumbled upon in Poor City, China, during one of her many solo adventures. Veronica poured the hot water over the tea, allowing the leaves to awaken. Once they were fully unfurled, she poured out the first steep and immersed the leaves again for a 4-minute infusion. As she reached for the gaiwan, her phone vibrated. She let the tea steep for an additional 2 minutes while she read the message. Good evening, Mrs. Veronica Chen. I am pleased to inform you that Attorney Radcliffe is enthusiastic about taking on your case and would be honored to represent you. I have sent additional details to your email, so please review them at your earliest convenience. Recalling her tea, Veronica slipped the phone into her suit jacket pocket. With the cup in her right hand, she loosened her necktie and untucked her button-down shirt with her left. Tramp, her 6-year-old Siamese, brushed against her ankle, and carefully balancing her tea, she reached down to return the affection. Hey there, girl. Did you know it takes about 4 to 6 minutes to make a good cup of pu'er? And the same amount of time for a man who's suffocating to stop breathing? Crazy, right? The cat purred in agreement. Grasping the warm cup with both of her hands, Veronica entered her living room and sank into the emerald velvet cushions of the sectional, the soft lighting highlighting the minimalist decor. Polished wood, abstract art, and bookshelves stacked with both familiar and forgotten titles. The view from the floor-to-ceiling windows framed the shimmering skyline of Dallas, while the street below bustled with the steady, lackadaisical pulse of the city. The Vendome on Turtle Creek Boulevard, one of the most affluent zip codes in the city, a testament to her excellent penmanship. Being a 2-time Edgar Award winner, consistently topping the New York Times bestseller list, and having 3 of her books adapted into movies and 1 into a Netflix series, also testified to her success as a writer. Her stories dealt with themes of revenge, redemption, and moral ambiguity, diving deep into the complexities of human nature. Characters who struggle with their own inner demons, facing situations where right and wrong are not clearly defined. She usually managed to distinguish her characters from her own identity. But the student's question at SMU following her speech today unsettled her. Mrs. Chen, do you have any concerns that your characters and their actions could potentially implicate you in light of your ongoing legal case? Veronica smiled and replied with a joke. However, at that moment, she started to view her characters not merely as creations of an imaginary world, but as products of her own mind. Her thoughts were more frightening than the court case. Veronica was brought back to her living room when her phone began vibrating. She took it out of her pocket, unlocked it, and answered the call. Good evening, Mrs. Chen. This is Shelley from Radcliffe & Myers Law Firm. I'm following up to ensure you received the text message I sent approximately 30 minutes ago. I am pleased to inform you that Attorney Radcliffe has accepted your legal case and is eager to represent you. I have also sent further details to your email, which I kindly ask you to review at your earliest convenience. Additionally, Attorney Radcliffe would like to know your plea for this case. How do you plead, Mrs. Chen? Not guilty, Veronica said as she sipped what was left in her cup. Before concluding the call, she listened to Shelley finish with formalities and confirmed the date and time for her meeting with the attorney. After setting the empty cup gently on the coffee table, Veronica rose, her movements fluid and graceful. She turned toward Tramp, a silent signal in her gaze, and the cat followed obediently, her sleek body trailing behind as they made their way to the bedroom. The air around her shifted, charged with the promise of her Friday night ritual. She let the warm water of the shower cascade over her skin and wash away any hesitation. Her fingers lingered as she lathered on shimmering body butter and spritzed on her most captivating fragrance. The scent rich and intoxicating, a mixture of jasmine and vanilla, an enticing combination. Her father, a deadbeat, appeared consistently in her long coils, dark and lustrous, cascading down her back in soft waves when she blow-dried them. Her hair framed the high cheekbones and almond eyes inherited from her Asian mother, features that harmonized in a way that most men could not resist. Slipping into a red dress that clung to her every curve, she felt the fabric mold to her body like a lover's touch, accentuating her sensuality and strength in equal measure. The silver heels she chose made her legs appear impossibly long, each step emphasizing the delicate tension of her calf muscles. She paused in front of the mirror, taking in her reflection. A woman who embodied both power and beauty. Tramp, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, purred with feline approval, as though even she could not resist Veronica's magnetism. Veronica moved to her closet with quiet purpose, selecting a Chanel caviar-quilted tote bag. She opened it and began filling it with the usual items: a sleek wallet, a tube of red lipstick, her phone, and a pair of sunglasses. Then her fingers paused, and the contents took a darker turn. She slid a pair of rubber gloves into the bag, followed by a roll of black duct tape. She added a thin coiled rope and then a small, elegant flask filled with something that wasn't quite liquor. She zipped the bag closed, grabbed her keys, and walked towards her garage door. "Apologies, Tramp, but you need to be at least 21 to come along with me. Don't stay up waiting." Veronica exited through the door, got into her Maserati Quattroporte, and let the powerful engine carry her away. Hi, my name is Gabrielle Marie Kelly, also known as Gabby the Author, and I'm the writer of the story you just listened to, Murder, She Rote. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to GabrielleMarieKelly.com to follow my other stories. You can also follow me on social media, at Gabby the Author on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. Thanks for listening, and happy reading.